Behailu Academy is a nonprofit after school for middle school and high school kids. It's geared towards visual and performing arts.
The Behailu Academy is a place where kids in the urban Charlotte area can come when they have talent and they want to be developed. And we have a passion for taking them from wherever they are and bringing them to where they can be more creative.
The Behailu Academy is a place where young people who rarely have these opportunities will be provided the opportunity to express themselves in artistic ways, to develop talents that they will use throughout their lives, and to develop a sense of community with other children engaged in meaningful work.
It's class-based, where you take acting classes, music classes, photography, really the things that are being taken out of the CMS school systems now.
These students that don't have anywhere to go, that are restless in the classroom, they need an alternative means of learning. The performing arts is an education that's never touched by a textbook. It's what we give them. We bring what's inside them outside. And to those schools, they're missing a great opportunity. In fact, they may be enhancing their learning problems. They may be having students that are difficult to deal with because they have other creative resources that we've not tapped. And when we give the students an opportunity to do that, it will make a difference. These are our future leaders of society. We're determining what happens.
Programs like the Behailu Academy, and there aren't very many of them, are shown through the research in social science to create opportunities for children who have otherwise a high likelihood of getting involved with the criminal justice system to avoid that kind of involvement. Those kids have better self-esteem, they have better levels of self-confidence, they do much, much better in their schoolwork, they're more likely to do their homework, they're more likely to graduate from high school and pursue higher education opportunities. They are more likely to be productive citizens. When we look at the relative cost of incarcerating a young person in prison versus the cost of creating educational and artistic opportunities for someone, there's no comparison. It makes no sense at all for us not to always provide opportunities like this for young people.
You do what you know. So in these at-risk communities, they know drugs, they know gangs, they know homelessness, unemployment, and we have to break that cycle. There are ways to break the cycle, great ways: sports, academics, and the arts. The problem is, it's usually the arts that is very much underserved and the first thing to go. When the schools are, cutting back, they're cutting money, the art classes are the first thing to go.
The school system a lot of times does not see the value in the creative or the performing or the visual arts, so they take it out saying they can't do without math, they can't do without English, they can't do without history, but they can do without this. But they really can't do without it. It's a part of who they are. It's part of their whole person, developing their whole person. And since they don't have the opportunity in school, I would think people would run at the chance for somebody who is saying, we will provide this academy for you free of charge. We just need supporters. I would think people would run at the chance.
I was privileged as a kid, not because everything was to my advantage in my family, or not because everything was to my advantage financially or whatever, but I was privileged because I had a drive that other kids didn't have. And along the way, you meet lots of good people that will help to steer you. The Behailu Academy would have certainly positively affected me as a kid, because I was a kid that had a gift, I had a talent, and I needed direction. And the Behailu Academy would have been that for me, and that's what we hope to be for other kids.
Children all deserve opportunities like these opportunities. Among wealthier people, children are often having the opportunity to make whatever their talents are come to the surface, to explore whatever they need to explore, to be their full selves. They're able to take art lessons and music lessons and performing arts lessons. They participate in community theater. They have all of those opportunities. The kids that we're talking about working with at the Behailu Academy don't have those opportunities. A lot of our programs in the school system are disappearing as funding for the school system diminishes. Music, art, theater, all of those activities are going away. And that has been traditionally the one place. The public school has been the only place that a lot of those kids have had those opportunities.
There is a creative genius inside everybody. And if we truly say that we're going to educate, not discriminate, then we need to educate the whole child.
I teach music, and I love teaching music, because music can be so much more than what you hear on the radio. It can be so much more than what you see on a sheet of paper, but music can actually be a cathartic element in life, you know. It can be a safe haven. It can be an oasis. You know, you never know what people are going through, but what we do know is that music mellows the heart. And to give the gift of music to a kid who may be going through whatever they're going through, but they can steal away and go to the piano and their troubles can just leave because they're sitting there playing and making melodies. That's a timeless and that's a priceless gift.
I started the Behailu Academy because I started mentoring this kid, a local kid in Charlotte. He was 11 at the time. He was from an at-risk background. He lived with a single mom who's HIV positive. It depended upon the day whether she was even there or not. He was not held accountable for anything, so he wouldn't go to school. When he did go to school, after school, he was getting into trouble, hanging around just his environment. And in and out of the home, he has lived in so many different places and has also been homeless. He dropped out of school, joined a gang, and I understand that. You know, he joined the gang because that was his family, or that's what he thought was his family. That's who he thinks is his family. He felt like somebody cared about him. So I lost him. And I don't want to see that happen again. And when that happened, I knew I had to do something. I feel like this kid is my son, and I couldn't live with myself if I didn't do something to try to change, to try to make a change within our community.
We know that children who participate in after-school activities, like the artistic activities that the Behailu Academy is going to provide, will in fact lead more productive lives. Those young people go on to graduate high school, they go on to pursue careers that they otherwise would not have pursued.
Success for the Behailu Academy would be evident in its children. When you're able to see the kids and you're able to see how music and drawing and dance and whatever else the Behailu Academy will offer in the future has affected them positively. When you see a kid who came in and they were just getting by, or you see a kid who came in with lots of talent and little direction, and because of their experience at the Behailu Academy, they turn things around and they're more open and they're more expressive. That's where you'll be able to see success.